Phone fell over. Starting over. I do all these stream of consciousness anyway. Happy New Year's Eve. I guess the topic of the week is AI art again. I guess they spun that wheel. It just came right back to where it was. It's like 2 weeks straight, isn't it? 2 weeks. But I have always said, people talk about art with me. I love art. I hate artists. I can't stand them. They're usually the most pretentious. They're the most pretentious douchebag in the room usually. So if you're in a museum and you see a work or a photo, don't read the tag. Don't read what the artist's intent was. Right? It will entangle, and you won't be able to untangle the art from the artist. It is how you feel and what you think of the work. Ignore the artist. Because it's usually the most pretentious, commie fag in the room. That's your artist. And that's just the nature of it. AI is a tool. AI art. And art doesn't mean anything anymore because postmodernists and the left have destroyed that meaning. And if you look at art and architecture, they're all losing their mind over Art Deco in some memes that have been posted online, and all they scream is fascist. If you look at art and architecture from the Baroque or the Gothics, the Gothic period of architecture, we can't recreate it because we don't have any true artists. No one's willing to put the work in to do that. You get mass-produced, easy peasy, as fast as you can do it for the least amount of material and the most amount of profit. So architecture, there's no art in architecture anymore. Brutalism is disgusting. Art Deco, Art Moderne, and Art Nouveau were the last beautiful remnants of art in architecture. You can disagree, you can say, well, what about mid-century modern? It's where the streamlining came down to material and cost. So, no. My wife loves craftsman stuff. Those people customizing stuff. And us in the OSR, we love customizing stuff. DIY. But art, that concept's dead. I like abstract. I do abstract, and I can look at stuff and go, it's interesting. The true skill. Like, I don't know about that. I think it's all money laundering at this point. It's just rich people figuring a way out to create tax write-offs. I pay a dude $5,000 to make me this piece of art. I purchase it for X amount, and we value it at some obscene amount, and I write it off when I donate it to some institution or nonprofit I'm involved in. It's a huge tax write-off. It's money laundering. It's tax sheltering. The people saying it's soulless or it has a soul, blah blah blah. I'm kind of like, it's just an illustration in a game book. Someone made a point earlier. Let me just get text and maps, zines. Eldrad's been pushing the whole zine and his little scribbles forever, dude. All right, I would be fine with just maps and room descriptions, aka Early Judges Guild with minimal art. But I'll be honest, the art in Judges Guild is pretty good. Let's be honest, I liked it. Sometimes it's a little goofy, but or maybe what you saw in Dragon Magazine with minimal art and more just encounters, backstory, and all that other stuff for your little adventure. I'm fine with that. We want that finished product. We want that commodity that we can consume that's pretty on the shelf instead of just plainly functional. Because all the illustrations and stuff should all be up here in August. The Red Room started out doing nothing but AI art because it's what they could afford, and they paid people to do their covers. So they've always been kind of a hybrid. I miss the AI art because they were good at their prompts. They customized it to where it looks good, and it has that feel to me. Especially for science fiction, or if you're putting a twist or a spin on your genre and you're mixing genres, there's not a lot of art, stock art or stuff out there that's going to match your vision. And if you haven't got the skill to be you're not a painter, or you're not a sketch artist, you can only describe it. AI, if you're good with your prompts, can get close enough that you can find it, instead of you spending days with someone who's going to charge you an exorbitant cost. I'll probably never charge anything for anything I throw out, and I haven't thrown out a lot. I just give it away. I don't care, right? It's a hobby, and the second you put dollar signs next to it, it becomes a job or side hustle. Blah blah. Who thought up this? Turn your hobby and your passion into your job needs to be slapped. I think it takes a lot of things out of it for you. You're giving yourself deadlines, expectations, instead of, I want to have fun. Let's see what you can do with this, bud. No, don't fuck with my brand. And I'm not one of these pure capitalist. I'm not. I'm more of a mercantilist. If it doesn't benefit society or your nation as a whole, it's not a needed product. If it's a detriment to society and culture and a nation, it should probably be banned or destroyed. The whole free market stuff, it's a myth, just like Avalon. It's mythical. Never existed. But the AI thing kills me. The only people in danger are mediocre artists. Right? Great artists will still be sought out because they have the creativity to create stuff from scratch. The AI can't emulate because it can't create. It can only be inspired by other stuff. So it samples, sees, and goes by your prompts and makes something based upon what's available in the world. Right? And some people call that theft. It's what you do as a dungeon master. So is everything you do as a dungeon master a thieving intellectual thing, right? It's always just thieving someone else's ideas. You're like, that's a cool idea. I'm going to incorporate my idea, and my campaign, I'm going to expand on it, blah, blah, blah. That's what you do as a DM. Your AI sampler is doing the same thing as you do as a good dungeon master. You take what works out there, you take inspiration from everything you experience and everything you research into, and you put it into a game to make a fun time for you and your bros. It's okay when you do it, but now that I got a little robot doing it for me, it's bad. Gotcha. Whatever. It's all situational with these people. They didn't care when they thought blue collar was all going to be put into a food line. Broke, homeless, and starving, and unable to adapt to the changing environment. They were okay with that. But now it finds out it's really white collar and middle management, right? Administrative stuff that really should be puckering up their buttholes when it comes to AI. That now is something we got to do away with. It's something important we need to do away with. When it was just Joe Schmo blue collar, fuck that guy. Now that's me as an artiste or me as a bank teller. Holy shit! No, we can't have this automation. Everybody's a Luddite when it's their money on the line. I think there's always a balance. I think it's a multiplier. People who are average but really good with AI are now going to be amazing for the bottom line. This is what comes down to: pure greed and bottom line. And if you're insistent on being a mediocre artist or whatever who says no AI at all, you're a purist, a zealot, then you're going to be embracing something called the craft fair. Okay, you'll be down there next to me making memes, laughing at all these pretentious fucks while I sell memes on coasters and abstract art that I play with in my garage. And my photos actually still pretty good. Evidently I got an eye for that shit. I've sold photography. Am I a photographer? I've sold art. Am I an artiste? I've made modules and gave away. I don't sell them. Does it make me a game designer? Not really. Just doing stuff that I like, throwing it out there. I think this spring I'll go back to the craft fairs and start trolling people. I got a whole inventory of right-wing death squad memes that need to go on coasters and printouts. Like, not live, life, love, baby. We got stuff that can go on your wall. And people walk in and go, oh my God. Yeah, I look at it, it inspires me. Equality is a false god. Yeah. So the whole thing is just kind of a big joke to me, and it'll blow over. The corporate stuff is all going to be AI, right? Corporate D&D, unless it's taken over by an outside factor, will be pure AI. All illustrations, all adventures, they're going to fine-tune that. They're going to throw money at that so they can just push buttons. They can do a survey of trends in the hobby and see people are doing more dungeon delves. Crank out 50, see which one's the best. This is the best. Bam. And they'll have playtest groups. And they'll playtest those like a focus group, but just people playing D&D, getting paid next to nothing. And they're going to crank out that shit. And what hits the best for feedback will go into feed the AI's learning model, and that'll get packaged and sold. Mark my words. Some of us will be like, that's not the greatest adventure, but I can tinker it. Maybe we'll invest a couple dollars here and there to make it work. But there's some other people who are just going to take that and shovel that shit right in their mouth. No, this is the best. What is the best? Is what it is, folks. I do like the AI and the music. It's pretty hilarious. There's a lot of songs I think are hilarious that some people will never put their name to. Like, oh my God, I can go to jail. They could be sharing a cell with Mr. Bond over in Austria. In the world where you think you have free speech, you get sent 10 years in prison for making a song. Or even like Zurius, get kicked off something for hate speech. His songs don't have words. It's a sound. There's no word. There's no lyrics. Hate speech banned. Is what it is. I thought I'd share my insights, my particular insight onto this hobby. It's very useful to customize shit for your table, and especially for your VTT for handouts. I love it for that. In the real world, it's going to be a very cold and callous supervisor, right? And the theory is that all this automation, all this stuff, makes products cheaper. We all know that's a lie. There is only one thing in this world that we're not allowed to experience, and that's deflation. It only goes up. Deflation is a natural part of the economic cycle that the Fed and other factors in our economy prevent deflation, because that gets you out of debt. That gets you experiencing real wealth at the cost of a corporation's bottom line. That will not be allowed. You will starve to death or be shot in the forehead before that's allowed to happen. It's the world you live in. It's the dystopia you didn't see coming, bruh. But the AI in our hobby, whatever. Doesn't really matter. It's going to happen whether you like it or not. Pitter patter of grandkids' feet. Yeah.
Nothing came from
Okay. That's all I got to say on that anyway. Later, y'all.